So next Olympics, I can't wait to maximize and
Yeah,
follow up.
that's definitely gonna
Be
be
like, do we have healthcare? Like, are we gonna have free healthcare in LA?
Oh, you better be careful now.
That's the big question.
They're gonna block your account or something.
We'll see. We better. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Mentalist Table podcast. This is episode 13, and today we're going to talk about some tips on how you can grow your social media. And we're just talking social media this whole episode. So let's just get right into it.
Yep, let's get straight into it. So, you have 100K followers now, so on Instagram. So, what are some tips to even get close to that? So,
yeah. Well, there's a myriad of things you can do. It really does depend on your who you are and your niche. But I would say some things that are, pretty general across the board. Like 3 tips I would give is 1, like have a niche. I personally don't really have a niche. Like I do fitness, Olympics, things like that. But having a niche will drive you much, much further, much quicker to having a clear audience. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so having a niche. And then I guess for your second one, does it matter what type of content you put out? The certain content, I guess.
Yeah, certain content does do better. Like beauty, makeup does really good. And then like travel does good. And then there's fitness that does really good. So I've talked to like this one influencer who's at 5 million now. And like sports and motivations is also like on the rise as well. But I talked to this one and she started with like fitness and that was her thing. And also like, it depends on your platform. Like TikTok, she was dancing on TikTok because that was like a thing. Like people love watching TikTok dances, which I did back in my day. I know my little sister does. People love TikTok dances. So that's where she started. And then she moved into fitness. So those are the things that were like, people were really interested in watching and, would really gauge people's interest.
Okay.
So and beauty and makeup, of course.
Oh, well, that's true too. So, okay, well, let's just say like if it's a guy watching or like the male audience.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Obviously, well, maybe beauty and makeup too, but what do you think are some things that, I don't know, they
for
can
men?
do? Yeah, for men.
I would say like fitness content.
Fitness for sure, yeah.
Yeah, definitely fitness.
Fitness for sure, or sports, like fitness/sports.
I'm trying to think. I think like barber content does really well too. For
really?
me, like as a female, I watch a lot of barber content. I think it's interesting.
Do you?
Yeah, I like watching the transformations and then like getting their fresh cuts. And I like the art of it. But yeah, I'm trying to think.
There's
like
really a lot. If you're a tattoo, I mean, like, it just depends what your need. Cause it can be as specific as like if you're a tattoo artist, if that's all you post,
yeah,
you'll blow up for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you're a good one.
if you're a good one. Or, I mean, I feel like there's a lot more niches for women than men. Like even like interior design or something like that. It's like, would the male audience really gravitate towards that? I don't know, but yeah, I'd say like even for me though, like if you're talking about me, I don't really. I even haven't.
Do you follow like guy content? Like what do you?
I don't follow any type of content. If we're talking like Instagram,
yeah,
I just follow my friends and like stuff like that. So I don't follow people for like their output of content. I just follow like my friends, teammates, people I know. I'm not really scrolling on Instagram too much. Okay. But like TikTok, I don't even, not really. But yeah, not really. I don't think so. Like in terms of what I post though, it's typically just whenever something's happening in my life, like whether it's track meet, travel, some sort of like announcement or something like that, or rarely like just a cool outfit picture. Because like I used to do that more. Fashion in general, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd say. Okay, so let's say someone finds their niche. Then what? Like, let's say I think you do have a niche because you said you didn't, but I think you do. Fitness.
It's fitness.
You're a rugby player, so it's like you're always connected to rugby when you post. So I'd say like rugby and fitness, and I would just say fitness and like beauty because you post a lot of like yourself. So it's like, that was I didn't even try it. But like what else do you post besides like outside of that?
That's like
workout content, fitness, rugby.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I do sometimes. It just depends. I think my overall I am health and wellness though.
Health and wellness. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's my general brand. But to me, I guess that's a niche. But I'm like, it could be way more niche and structured. Like when you see my page, you know what I'm about. Mm-hmm. That's not what my page looks like. Like that's my biggest advice is if people see your page, in the first like 6 photos, you should know like what your post is going to be. Some people are very consistent with like, say if you, food content. Say if you make food content, they see the meals on every page, they know you're a food content person. So like mine is not that clear. It's not that, it's just me, which I am doing that on purpose. I want to keep being able to post whatever it is I want to post.
So almost like a lifestyle page. It's like whatever's going on in your life.
Lifestyle, health, and wellness.
Okay, so then when did you figure out that's what your niche was? Like, did it just happen naturally, or did you like, let me like structure it this way so my audience, this is what they like, so let me do it this way, or was it just, this is what it is?
That's a good question.
This is just me.
It started off with just me in sports and stuff, and then like more on my day to day, I started to realize like what I do more often and more naturally. I definitely grew over time though. Like first I was just making rugby content like with my teammates. I was just trying to like go viral type thing. And when you do that, when you're always, that's my second point, is consistency. But when you realize like, when you start pumping out content, you just realize what like you naturally kind of gravitate towards and what you can do. Because content should be like, it shouldn't be hard to make. You shouldn't really have to like go out of your way to make day-to-day videos. So for me, it just was rugby, fitness, gym. I'm doing that every single day. So that's kind of how that came about. It shouldn't be hard. It should be something that you do naturally. Like if you're going to make food content, you cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know that you do that same thing every single day. So it shouldn't be something that's like hard.
Those two are definitely the most important, like consistency and then having a niche.
Yeah.
That's kind of where it starts. That's the basis of growing your audience, really, not even just your accounts. But like, okay, so like you have a niche and then you're finally like posting. You're finally posting.
I think like people say consistency though, and it's like, because you know sometimes if you post way too much, it can get annoying.
That's true too. Well, not even annoying, but I feel like if you post too much, your algorithm or the algorithm will just like, I don't know, I feel like it'll get confused. Every time I post a lot, it doesn't do well versus like if I post once a week. That's just me though. You might be different. Like
that's what I'm saying. It depends.
It depends.
But the reason I say consistency is because you never know what's going to work and what's not going to work. So the more videos you have pumping out,
that's true.
Random things go viral. So that's why that's when consistency comes into play.
There's no like formula on what will like work or not. And honestly, I'm gonna add a point too. Having quality things to post.
Oh yeah.
Like in terms of just like content, like like your camera settings, everything. It really does matter because like, do you want to follow someone who's just
posting a blurry video?
Yeah, like posting a blurry video, or just like actually knows different camera angles, lighting, and like how to actually put together a clip too, a reel. Like you can put together a bad reel. There's definitely ways to do that. So quality reels, quality content, I'd say would help too. Yeah, there's more. I think we should go. Let's say 5. Let's get 5.
5?
Let's get 5. There's a lot we could probably say.
Okay. Just to touch on quality, I scroll past a blurry video immediately.
Do you?
Every time. But it's crazy because some of those blurry videos do go viral sometimes, and you're like,
that's true. I mean, you can't really tell.
It's so random.
You can't really tell.
Or like somebody will just be in their bed making a video talking about something. So it's like, yeah.
That's true too. I mean, another thing to point out is it depends what you want it depends what you're growing your account for. Like if it's for a business, then like I think you have to structure it a certain way, whether it's like your personal account. Because if it's for a business, like you have to have all your links right, your bio has to be right. Like you have to treat it like a business account per se. Like you have to really engage with the people you're following. So I think there is a difference between if it's just your own account, your business account, all that really. I think that matters. Like for a podcast account, it's like, you know, you can't be following too many people on our podcast account or else it just looks kind of, I mean.
We could if we want to be a social podcast. But I would say like
a
personal page, someone who's an influencer, and like a business are like different.
What's the difference you think between the three?
Like personal, you don't really need links. You don't have any links. You just post them. You post whatever you want. You don't care what people think. And like an influencer, you kind of tailor your content to what your audience wants to see. Like for example, I post more fitness stuff now because I know that's what people like. And I have my links in my bio, and I have things that I want people to go to outside of just my account. So I think that's where the influencer thing kind of comes in. and then business is just business, which I think is easier because you have a more clear path of what you're trying to do. Whereas my personal or my influencer / personal account, it's hard to really know what people want and how that's going to translate over. So I think business is like way more clear.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I say your account is. Do you think your account's a mixture of all three?
It's not very personal as much as it was before. I think.
You don't think so?
I think I have a more influencing perspective now. Like I'm not. The only thing that makes my Instagram really personal is like
the fact you post
that
us.
I have. I mean, us.
Used to, I should say.
Yeah, true, and that I have like. I follow 1,700 people. Like that's kind of like I still follow my friends. I still follow people I meet regularly. So I think that still makes it like personal.
That's true. Well, one thing too to add on, just in terms of like the look of the account, I know some people are curious about this. So you just got a blue check mark in the past 6, 7, 8 months. So what do you think? Is there a difference between your account before the check mark and after? Like, does it get you anything? Does it like?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like, what is it? Or is it just like a?
You had it before me.
I'm asking you though. Let's see, because you got it when you. I don't even remember how many followers you had. Yeah, but like the exact. Now you're at 100K, but like back then it's like.
I had like 10K or no? How much?
You had more. You had like maybe
30?
20 or 20 to 30. But it's just like even you as a follower, does that like? Oh, she has a blue check mark.
You know it
like,
does.
Yeah,
that's
but
a
like
huge difference. Like when I didn't have it after being a one-time Olympian. And like after going into Paris, I still was like searching around, figuring out how to get it.
Yeah, that's true too. Because most Olympians, I'll say most, should or most have one because they went to the Olympics. But I don't know how you did not get it in Tokyo.
I think Tokyo period was just a fluke.
No, it was not.
I swear it was.
I got mine from Tokyo.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, how did you get it?
Our media person like takes a spreadsheet and whatever, and then she just turns it in.
Yeah, we
and
did
then
the
I think
same
like
thing we didn't get.
Yeah, it's probably the same process you.
It's weird.
So not your whole team didn't get one.
No, this time around though. It was different. We there was a code you put in. You had to do it yourself.
Wasn't it like Paris 2024?
Yeah, 2024.
But can anybody put in that code?
No, because they're gonna look at your account and see that you aren't an Olympian when they Google your name. You know.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, it's not just like a one code fits all. It's like. You were here at this Olympics, but yeah, the blue check definitely does make a huge difference. Like
it, 100%. Like it won't get you anything per se, but like one thing that's pretty basic, I should say, is like if you're DMing someone, you rarely go to their the request box. That's like pretty. I'm trying to think if there's more benefits than that.
I don't know. For me, it's just credibility.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like it's like okay, this person's verified. It is who they say they are. You're not a scam page, like you are.
Forget being a scam page. If you're verified and trying to reach out to a brand,
right?
I feel like your chances are higher to like get some sort of even response at that. But then also, further the conversation if you have a blue check mark, I guess. But now it might be different because I think you could pay for those now.
You can, but it's monthly. That's kind of expensive.
$15 a month, yeah.
Yeah, like for a business, I would do it. Like if I had a business and it had like a reasonable amount of followers, I would. I don't know. It's just like an investment kind of.
Yeah, I would do it. $50 a month. It's that's not that bad. Okay, so then let's go back to the Olympics right now. So then, what do you think really shot up your follower count from Paris? Because let's set the scene. Before you even traveling out to Paris, you had what, 12K?
Yeah, I hit my 10K mark before I went to the Olympics.
Yeah, it was like
because I was yapping about the Olympics the whole time. That's all I was talking about. Yeah, so
so when you get to Paris, you're at like 12. And then by the time you leave Paris, you're at like 98, 97 or something. Like how'd that even walk us through that? How'd that even happen?
Great question.
And how'd that make you feel going to sleep and then waking up with like 5,000 extra followers every single night?
Was it like that? I don't remember the growth. I just remember, I do. I remember me going from like 48, like 20. First of all, when I hit 10K, that was so huge for me. Honestly, I remember 10K more than there. Yes, I was I worked so hard to get 10,000 followers. And now it's literally, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to remember. I think it was just my Olympic content period. Like,
Yeah,
I
for sure.
loved everything. I made a video about everything. I put everything on my story. I was making videos. I was like making videos at the training center. I made sure that I pumped out at least like 2 to 3 videos a day.
Yeah, it was definitely like 3 a day.
I had to. So that was every time I was posting, I was growing because people are like, "Oh my God, who is this girl? She's at the Olympics. Like, let me follow her."
Yeah.
So that immediately I was growing daily.
Mm-hmm.
But then like
there's a lot of layers. Actually.
There are because
We're gonna get to it, but yeah.
That got me up, and then we won.
Exactly.
Boosted again. That was
medal.
like
that was
the medal. Yeah, the medal was history. Obviously, we made history. It kind of blew me to like 70, 60.
No, it was less than that.
It was right. It was like
the
40.
Healthcare is what got you to 90.
Right, but where was I at before? I think I was like 40.
You were at 40, yeah,
or like 48 maybe.
By the medal?
Yeah.
I think he was even at like 38.
That's what I'm saying. It was not a lie.
I remember looking at your thing.
Well, it was a lie.
I was so interested because like I saw your count like go up, but then like let's say like a day later it would like 10,000 more followers. And I'm like, dang, this is actually kind of cool. I want to track this. So then when you guys got the medal, it was like 38, 40.
Yeah.
And then you made it was the dentist.
Yes, that's
with
what
like the
got me to 90.
What sound was that over? The
it
was
what's it, the zip line?
Yeah, the zip line one.
It was
and that had like a million views, or on TikTok at least.
On TikTok, yeah.
And then on Instagram, well, you posted like 3 real viral ones, and that shot you up to like.
So that was after that was in my time. So I planned on staying at the Olympics after we won for that sole reason to make content. And it did work. I did my job, y'all. I was standing on business. I was making sure I was making videos of like every part that I could show about the village. And I went to my dentist appointment. I was just recording. I'm like, yo, just got my glasses, blah, blah, blah. Like who knew that would blow up? Who knew that healthcare, talking about that, was going to take me to the next level, like to 100K. So like, it's just crazy. That's why I say consistency is key, especially in those high performing like events and environments. Like it's huge. And I mean, obviously like being in that environment got me a lot of like leverage, period. Like you got to be in that environment in order for that to happen. But so that's my personal journey. I think it will be different for everyone. And I am curious to see like how some vloggers or like other people just like what got them to that jump. I think that would be like just interesting to learn about, because it's different for every niche. It's like, what one video made you jump and you were like, oh my God. Yeah,
you would never know. Okay, so did you notice a difference between like whether Reels did better than your normal post, or did posting in general made you shoot up like that, or like what? Was it?
Honestly, anything with the Olympic rings at that time is gonna blow up.
Any specific hashtags?
Photo. Like any photo. Because photos, obviously Reels do better than photos. But any photo with the Olympic rings would but with them like behind or something, it would just blow up. That was like easy. But like Reels definitely did better. It gave people a better visual of what was going on, if that makes sense.
So what's the difference between this and Tokyo? Like, what do you think was the main difference that made you gain 90,000 here, but then like I don't even know how many you gained?
A medal, and the fact that
it was more than that though.
And the fact that I was not doing this much at the Tokyo.
Like, you weren't posting as much.
I was not posting as much as Tokyo. No.
Oh really?
Yeah, definitely not. I was not posting this much, and I knew that from last time, and I was like, I need to take advantage of this moment, full-fledged, and I did.
Yeah, you were there for a month.
Yeah.
Literally. So that's almost 30 days of posting 3 times a day.
Yeah, and I planned my content. Like me and you will you gave me ideas too about what I could make videos about.
Yeah, you didn't use them, but.
Yes, I did. I remember looking at that. But I was just, it wasn't hard either though. Once I had an idea of what content I wanted to make. I knew we were going to get kit, so I wanted to vlog the whole experience, getting kit. I wanted to do like a transformation with trying on a different kit, which I did last year that blew up to Tokyo.
Yeah,
and then,
people love that.
Yeah, they do. So it's like a kind of like, it's just vlogging the whole process. It's the same thing every Olympics. So next Olympics, I can't wait to maximize and follow up.
That's definitely going to be
like, do we have healthcare? Like, are we going to have free healthcare in LA?
Oh, you better be careful now.
That's the big question.
They're going to block your account or something.
We'll see. We better. Because
Yes.
every other country has it. It would make sense though. I hope it's an Olympic thing and not a country based thing.
It has to be an Olympic thing.
Yeah, I hope so.
Like an IOC,
Yeah.
IOPC thing. I don't know though, because they're still American doctors, so it's like.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
That's a whole different conversation, but that'll be interesting. Okay, another reason why people may want to grow their brand is also because of money, obviously. So, are there any key ways you can make money off of Instagram or social media in general?
Yeah, so I have an agent and they help me find opportunities. For example, the Super Bowl is coming up, so there's room there to make content and so for that. So you have to have connections in that sense because obviously you can reach out to people all day, but it's really hit or miss if you're going to get a response. So having an agent and someone who has like inside knowledge about what opportunities are out there and what brands are looking for is extremely helpful. A lot of the times brands just reach out to you. They send you stuff, they see your account and they're interested. So they will send you things. So sometimes opportunities come that way, like just in emails, DMs, things like that. So there's tons of ways to make money. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like paid content.
Yeah.
So sometimes if I make a post, it's not usually, but sometimes it's paid. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes they gift you like
free product.
Yeah, free product and things like that. So there's so much opportunity to make money, especially the more followers that you have. I actually took a social media course, and it's like 100K. You can make a range of from oh my god, I don't want to get the numbers wrong, but 1,000 to like 5,000 a post. I just remember if you have 1 million followers and up, pretty much you can make 10,000 a post. It's like you can charge that amount and it makes sense. Like you grew that following. If they're real and authentic and the engagement is there, it's like insane amounts of money that you can make. So
that's okay. That's interesting because you were an Olympian way back in 2021. Mm-hmm. So it's like if your following wasn't, I guess, the highest as it is now, but you were still an Olympian. Like, did you still get brands reaching out back then, or did they just reach out because your followers?
Not so much, really. I wasn't getting that many brand opportunities. I was doing a lot of outreach myself because Tokyo was not enough for us, me personally, last time. Like, we didn't win a medal. People, like, I just feel like rugby is not as known as a sport. So it's like we didn't really make a big impact. And I could see the clear difference between Tokyo and Paris, like how much that really affected our, like, publicity period.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it was...
Why is that, though?
Because, like, it's the first time we won a medal in history. The way that the score was the try was scored.
But even before that, though, even before the last game played, I feel like rugby was still, like, on a platform where more people saw.
Low.
Maybe, yeah.
Definitely low probably had an impact on that, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for sure. Because it seemed like more people were watching this time around. I think it did have to do with her.
Also, too, it wasn't a COVID games. Like,
oh, yeah.
I'd say, like, because in Tokyo... I can't even remember. I'm trying to remember, but I don't think there was as much media there.
There wasn't really.
There wasn't really. So it was like in Paris. I don't remember
a single interview.
Really? Not one?
No. Maybe I just wasn't getting interviewed, but
no,
really though.
But in Paris, it's like we had a whole. Well, was it like this for you?
Was there like a media room?
There was like a mix zone.
Yeah.
It was like because we were in the same
stadium. Did Tokyo have a mix zone?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
It wasn't like nearly as big as Paris.
Yeah.
Like in terms of people.
Yeah. It was different.
But we were in the same stadium for Paris, so it was like you remember when you walk
after your games,
in the thing, and then you have to pass by the whole. So you guys had that in Paris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So exactly, that's why I felt like it was just more eyes on it because the media was there, the fans probably sold out every session for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Same with us. So it was like I think that really helped rugby out too. In LA, the goal is for you guys to get even bigger. I'd say so. Yeah, I really hope so. And I think Lo really has made a big impact in the rugby community. Especially like, she's playing 15s now. She'll be back in 7. So I think like her having 4.7 million people watching the game is going to definitely make a huge difference. So. So how do you think that could translate to, I guess, money though, in terms of?
For me personally?
Rugby in general though. Like, is rugby one of those sports where it's like the more viewership the popular gets, is that more money comes in? Because like track, for example, like certain people could get popular, but it's like the money may not increase.
That's a good point. So you mean for as a team, like
As a team,
USA
yeah,
rugby?
as USA, yeah.
Okay, well, winning will definitely gauge more interest. People are going to invest in us if we win. Period. Like it showed in Paris. It'll show again when we win again. So obviously winning, but also like I think USA Rugby has to do more on the back end of just world rugby in general has to do more on the back end of making rugby more accessible to people to see so that we can get more opportunities.
That's the same with track though.
Yeah, because no way. People
yes, it
know
is.
what track is.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
People don't know what track is.
People know what track is, but people don't know how to watch it, where to watch it, when meets are, where meets are, like
that's true.
Who's running where. It's not like the NBA where it's like, all right, Lakers are playing, LeBron's playing. Let's just look up the schedule and let's watch the game on any channel we can watch the game. But like rugby and probably track too, it's like unless you're in the know, you don't know when rugby games are.
No, that's true.
Or track meets are. So it's like and that goes with money because it's like if more people are watching, you get more like we were talking about this in NFL. It's like they have a bunch of like ad money, but if nobody's watching the sports, the money's not going to trickle down to the athletes. So I'd say that's one of the main things. But if you guys get big by, let's say LA, then that could change.
Well, that starts with media coverage, period. Like, we're not going to just get big because of LA. I feel like we need to start trickling it down now, which nothing has really changed. Like, I can't even figure out how to watch a 15s game. It's not even accessible.
That's the thing, too, actually, is because with all those other sports, like, you have the Super Bowl every year. Like, you have the NBA Finals, like, every year. But for us, our Super Bowl is the Olympics.
Right.
So it's like, Olympics for you, Paralympics for me. So it's like, that's once every 4 years. And then in between those 4 years, the casual fans are like, well, they're not doing nothing important. I'm not going to watch. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. So it's almost like, well, then again, you guys have a championship, like the LA tournament. Is that?
But no one knows that's a championship game.
That's the thing.
Like, that's not, no one knows.
And you can only watch it on what? Like,
Rugby Pass.
Not even YouTube.
Peacock.
Really? Peacock? Mm-hmm. Okay, well that's where you can watch all the track meets too. So that's something.
Yeah, I can't think of a time I did watch a track meet like outside of the Olympics.
Not many people do.
Like before I met you, obviously.
Yeah, not many people do. I mean, unless you're a track fan, you don't really. Yeah. Like we have world championships, which is it's not as big as the Olympics, but it's the same thing. Everyone in the world is running for a medal. Other than that, there's not really.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, track and rugby are similar in terms of that.
In terms of just publicity, period. But I think, track is obviously more known as a sport opposed to rugby.
Probably, yeah.
But I do think I do have to do the extra legwork to make sure people know when to watch, what time, and don't get me started on the time zones. When I'm in Australia, you have to wake up at 2 a.m. So it's like. I don't know what time.
It's not 2.
I don't know what time it is this time, but I'm just saying.
It's a crazy difference.
Though. The time differences are crazy, so it's kind of like a lot. But I do post it. I do make sure like people know when our games are, and I do try to put a video out to try to like explain what we're doing, where we're going,
what the tournament is too.
What the tournament is, yeah.
Yeah, I think all that. I mean, like we kind of went on a tangent, but I think all that goes hand in hand with social media too, because I mean. You guys posting all that stuff and you guys growing, I guess, makes the sport bigger.
Yeah, it does. Because we're our only advocates, really. I mean, we have other fans, we have people watching, but we are the ones playing the sport. We have to be the ones to put our names out there and put our sport out there. So.
I mean, it's true because it's funny because, like, let's say USA Rugby, their account. I'm not even. What's the world?
There's World Rugby.
World Rugby. So let's just say, how many followers do they have on Instagram? If you had to guess.
Like 100K, if that.
Right. So it's like we're not going to talk about low. Like, she has more followers than, like, all the rugby accounts combined. So it's like, even if she just posted, it's like, that's doing so much, I guess. It's spreading the word a lot. And then if you post, it's like, you have more followers than USA Rugby, don't you?
I don't think so. No.
They have over 100K?
Yeah. I think they have like 200.
USA record.
I think so. I don't know. I haven't checked in so long.
I did not. Okay, that surprised me. I didn't think they had to.
I don't know. I haven't checked.
Well, in general, it's like I feel like that just goes a long way when like all you guys, because all you guys,
no, that's true. Yeah, Sammy has 250K. So.
Does she really?
Yeah, Sammy has 250. Spiff has like 48,000.
That's crazy. Yeah.
We're getting up there. I'm proud of us. We worked hard this Olympics, and we got our following up. Like, yeah, a few of us.
Most of you guys.
Most. It's like.
Whoever posted, yeah.
Yeah, true. No, like seriously. Whoever posted
wins. Definitely got some followers for sure. Yeah. It's easy to post and just get back in Paris. Dang, okay. Well, this was good. So I feel like you guys got some good tips on how to grow your Instagram, social media in general. Like what you can really get from that in terms of how your image really, I guess, can affect what you want from your Instagram. Mm-hmm. So, this was good.
So thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you come back next week for the Medalist Table podcast. Bye.